What it is, what it do. I'm A1, this is Destiny, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can do the bridge part of the Crota's End raid solo. And not only does this method work if you're playing solo, but it'll still work no matter how many people you're playing with. Whether you're playing with the full party or playing solo, this method still works after this most recent patch, which was a couple days ago. Now, I really wouldn't recommend this method if you're playing with the full lobby. To be honest, you'd probably be better off just doing it the legit way, which is to have somebody stand on the middle sync plate and have at least one person stay on the totems that are on each side of the sync plate. Then you kill the sword bearer, and as soon as you get the sword, you run across the bridge, kill the gatekeeper, and try to survive until you get at least 3 people across the bridge. And once you get 3 people across the bridge, the remaining 3 people who haven't crossed yet can go ahead and get off the middle sync plate and the totems. And the 3 people that did cross will take over that responsibility. So for the people who cross the bridge, you'll have at least one person on the middle sync plate and one person on each side standing on the totem. And the 3 people who are still on the original side of the bridge, all they'll have to do is just kill the sword bearer, cross the bridge with the sword, and take out the gatekeeper. Now once everybody has crossed the bridge, you'll no longer have to stand on the middle sync plate. And from that point, all you have to do is just survive and wait till the ogres come out, take them out, and you'll be done with this bridge part. And if you want to see what it looks like when it's done that way, click the link in the description. It'll take you to a video of the entire Crota's End raid after this most recent patch. But that's not the method that we're going to be doing in this video, and you're not going to be able to use that method if you're not playing in a full lobby. So if you're playing with like 1 or 2 other people, I would suggest using the method I show in this video. Alright, so before you try to activate the bridge, the first thing you want to do is stand on the middle sync plate and then run into the area where the sword bearer spawns and jump on one of the pillars that are in that little room. You have to wait in that little room for about 3 seconds, and all the enemies that are on this side of the bridge will end up disappearing. Well, all the enemies except for the sword bearer. Now, you don't necessarily have to go in the little room and jump on the little pillar, but it does make it a lot easier to activate the bridge and kill the sword bearer when all of the other enemies have disappeared. Now, in order to activate the bridge solo or without a full party, you're going to have at least one person stand on the middle sync plate. You don't have to worry about the totems at all. You just have to have one person stand on the middle sync plate, and they're going to stand on the middle sync plate until it says Annihilator Totem. And as soon as it says Annihilator Totem, you probably want to wait a second and then immediately jump off the middle sync plate. And as soon as you jump off the middle sync plate, you probably want to wait like half a second and then jump right back on it. And if you repeat this process for about 2 or 3 times, the bridge should fully form without anybody having to stand on the side totems. Anyways, once the bridge is complete or near complete, you want to then focus your attention on the sword bearer and try to take him out. Now, the bridge doesn't have to be fully formed when you kill the sword bearer, but once you kill the sword bearer and pick up the sword, you want to make sure that you stand on the middle sync plate until the bridge is either fully formed or almost fully formed. And you'll see me do that in the video. And after you stood on the middle sync plate, at least once or twice after getting the sword, you should be able to run across with no problem. Now, if you're going to use this method, I would suggest jumping once you've passed halfway across the bridge and using your sword to fly across the remaining part of the bridge, because chances are the bridge will either deconstruct or it was never fully formed in the first place. So once you pass halfway across the bridge, you want to jump and use your sword, like I do, to get across the remaining part of the bridge. Anyways, once you're across the bridge, you're going to want to go straight to the gatekeeper and take him out. And you can use either R1 or R2. I've taken him out both ways, but I find it easier to use R1 and just keep spamming that button at the gatekeeper. Now, it's very important to note that if you're playing with other people, say you're playing with one other person, once you cross the bridge, you're going to want that person that's on the initial side of the bridge to kill themselves. If they don't kill themselves, you'll get the Annihilator Totem, which ends up killing everybody. So once you've crossed the bridge, you want to make sure that everybody on the initial side of the bridge kills themselves. Because like I mentioned, if you don't, you'll end up getting the Annihilator Totem. Anyways, once you've crossed the bridge and everybody else has killed themselves, you want to go over to the right side area. There's not really a whole lot of enemies. You're not going to get any knights on the right side, and you're not going to get any wizards on the right side. And there's also a couple different areas you can hide out in that's on the right side where enemies can't get to you. I'm only going to be showing one of them, by the way, and that's the area where I run to and then I synthesize my heavy ammo. Anyways, once you're on the other side, you want to take out some of the enemies that are on the right side. And you can take out some on the left, but you want to stay on the right side. So you can use a sniper rifle to take out some of the enemies on the left side, but you don't really want to go over to the left. You want to stay on the right. Anyways, after you've taken out some enemies and some time has passed, 2 ogres will come out. One ogre will come from the right side and one will come from the left. And you can easily take them out if you have a Gjallarhorn or any decent rocket launcher for that matter. And sniper rifles are also good to use against the ogres. Don't forget, you can also jump on top of pillars if you're having trouble surviving. Jumping on top of the pillars will eliminate the threats from any thralls or cursed thralls. And the only ones you'll have to focus on is the ogres for the most part, because you don't really have to worry about the wizards. They don't need to be killed. And if you're on the right side, they can't really hurt you anyways. So you don't really have to worry about the wizards. You don't have to worry about the knights. Just try to kill some enemies until the ogres come out, and then focus all your attention on the ogres. Now once you've killed both of the ogres, all of the other enemies on that side of the bridge will disappear, and you will have completed the bridge part. And I'm going to go ahead and include this next part because it's so short, and I'm going to show y'all how to do it solo. And not only does this method work if you're playing solo, but it also works if you're playing with other people. Now it is possible to get the next chest after you kill the ogres, but you're going to want to be fast. As soon as those doors open up, you're going to want to run in there, take out the first shrieker, and then go in the hallway, take out the next shrieker, and then you're going to have to sprint all the way to the next chest before those doors close, sealing off that chest forever. Now if you need to synthesize, or if you're in the hallway and you see that the door that the chest is in is closed, you want to go ahead and just kill yourself and start over, because if you go too far forward and you don't make it in that little room before the door closes, you're not going to be able to get that chest. And I'm going to show how I do it with the hunter as well as the titan and the warlock, just to show that it's possible to do with any character. Now for this little part that's in the hallway, you definitely want to have at least one rocket launcher, and you want to save that rocket launcher for the second shrieker. You can take out the first shrieker using a sniper rifle or anything else for that matter, but you definitely want to have at least one rocket launcher for the second shrieker. That way you won't be wasting a whole lot of time trying to get rid of the second shrieker, and you can just go ahead and run off to the next chest. Anyways, that's pretty much it when it comes to soloing the bridge part of the Crota's End raid after this most recent patch. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful, don't forget to do what you do. I'm A1, thanks for watching.